In this video, we'll see an overview of the user interface in Nova. We've designed Nova to be really easy to use and to have the same look and feel as Microsoft Office 365 apps. Over on the left-hand side, you have a menu which gives you access to parts of Nova. Up at the top right, we have a notifications area where important information will be shown. If there are notifications, then the icon changes to show you how many there are. The next icon gives you access to the various settings relating to you and your organization. You can get help by clicking on this icon. And finally, you can get information about your profile here. You can switch to different organizations if you have access to more than one, change the theme, and see what roles you currently have. One of the great features of Nova is being able to give non-administrator users access to the system in order to view reports or perform administrative tasks without needing elevated privileges. You can customize what they see and what they're able to do. This is a screenshot of a delegated administrator. The top right area is the same as we saw earlier with the same sorts of functionality. But as you can see over on the left-hand side, the menu is greatly reduced because this user has restricted access. A few other things to note about the user interface. When you see this button in the UI, you can click on it and get a pop-up menu of options applicable to the roles you have and the object you have selected. When you open some pages of the user interface, like this one showing information about a user, there is a close button up at the top right which will close this part and take you back one level. Finally, you can filter and search in many parts of the user interface like we see on this list of users. And that's all for this overview of the interface in Nova.
Let's take a look at how we can create a OneDrive usage report in Nova. In this report, we're going to show the list of users who use OneDrive the most, including charts and a table for item counts and item sizes. This can give you a good overview on who utilizes OneDrive well and who may need to be adopted into this workload further. First, we need to create a new report and give it a name, which we'll call OneDrive Usage. Click the plus sign to add a section. Give the section a name, which we'll call Top 10 Users by Item Count. Click Add Chart or Pivot. Select your data source. For this example, we'll choose OneDrive User Statistics. If applicable, choose your organization or group. Select the vertical bar chart type. Under the Choose Operator section, select Sum. Under the Choose Applied To section, click Select Field, then Item Count. Under the Choose Series Name section, click Select Field, then choose User ID. Then click the Add Sorting link and go to the Select Field link. Choose Item Count and sort in descending order. Put your offset to 0 and your limit to 10. Uncheck the Overflow button, then close the section. Next, we'll create a table about the top OneDrive users. Create a new section. Create a title for the section. For our example, we'll choose Top OneDrive Users. Then click the table section type. Choose the OneDrive User Statistics data source. Then choose your organization and group if applicable. Select your fields for your table. Select User ID, Item Size, Item Count, and Last Activity Data in that order, then close the dialog. You can drag and drop columns to reorder them if required. Click Add Sorting, then select Field and choose Item Type. You can limit the amount of users you want to see in this table if you wish. To do this, change the number in the limit text field to your desired amount. Then close the section. Our last section will be a table for top 10 users by item size. Create a new section. Then create a title, which we'll call Top 10 Users by Item Size. Click As Chart or Pivot. Choose the OneDrive User Statistics data source. Then the organization and group if applicable. Select the vertical bar chart type. Choose Sum under the Operator section. Under the Choose Applied To section, click Select Field, then click on the Item Size checkbox. Under Series Name, click Select Field, then click User ID. Then click the Add Sorting link. Click the Select Field link and choose Item Size and sort in descending order. Put 0 in the Offset text field and 10 in the Limit text field. Uncheck the Overflow button. Then close the section. Save your report, and there it is. You have created your new report about OneDrive usage in your environment.
In this video, I'm going to show you a multi-section report which shows some statistics about your Office 365 users. Let's start by going over to Report Designer and creating a new report, and let's give the report a name. I'm going to add a new section to this report, and I'm going to give it a title. I'm going to choose a chart or pivot, and then I'm going to choose the Office 365 users data source. Now I'm going to choose a pie chart, and I'm going to choose to do a count of display names over the country or region. And straight away here you can see the information that we gathered. So I'm going to close this section. I'm going to make it a half-width section. Now I'm going to add a new section. I'm going to choose the title first, then choose Chart or Pivot. For the data source, I'm going to choose Office 365 users. Then I'm going to do a stacked bar chart. And I'm going to do a count applied to the country and region. And in the series, I'm going to choose country and region. And in the category, I'm going to choose department. Now, below, we see a list of our countries and how many people we've got in that country split by their department. So I'm going to close this section and make this one a half-width section. Finally, I'm going to add a third section with the title of List of Users by Department. It's a table report, again from the Office 365 Users data source. And the fields that I want to display are display name, country and region, and department. If I want to, I can drag and drop these to put them in a different order, but for now, that's enough. So I'm going to close this section. I'm going to make it a full width section. Finally, I'm going to save the report. And that's all there is to it. I've now built a multi-section report showing various information and various stats about my users spread out over departments and locations.